Welcome back, guys, to another busy work day. As you can hear, embroidery machines are already firing away. You're sitting on top of the printer and the printer is ready to go. Heat presses are ready to go, dryers ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into my work day. But as I work, I wanna answer a few questions. Mainly, if I started over from scratch, how would I do it? So I'm gonna answer that today, but let's go ahead and get into the workflow as I got a lot of things to do. Welcome back. If you're new here, my name's Eric. I've been printing t-shirts for 4 years now. I've been doing it full time for 2 years. I run a F3070, which the camera is actually sitting on right now, so you can't see it. But I run a DTG, an Epson F3070. That's how we do our t-shirts here, and our any kind of print, digital print, is getting direct to garment printed. We also love embroidery. Embroidery is the shit. We run it about 18 hours a day. If the embroidery machines were just faster, that's the only problem. They're so damn slow. Even these industrial ones that run 1,200 stitches a minute, they're slow, guys. That's not fast. The F3070, that's fast. That's speed. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this first shirt going. It's ready. And I'm gonna get this first shirt going. It's ready to go in. Let's see it go. Away it goes, away it goes. With the advancements of DTF, direct-to-film printing, it seems like DTG might be a little obsolete. This camera is shaking quite a bit on top of this printer, so let me pick it up. When we first were looking into getting into t-shirt printing, I was looking to direct-to-film. It seemed like the best option. You get amazing looking prints, and you get it at a very affordable price. I mean, it's still expensive. Everything in the t-shirt world, t-shirt business world, is expensive. Yeah, mainly the entry to DTF is a whole lot cheaper than the DTG. So that's why I was thinking about going that route. Obviously, in the long run, I wasn't totally happy with DTF as a quality for our brand. It's not quite what we want. Not to shit on DTF that it wouldn't work for other people, because it obviously does work for other people. I mean, it works for us. We still use it here and there for certain stuff, mostly for the smaller designs, but we like to do full front designs, full frontal designs, some would like to say. And those take up the entire shirt. And if it was a giant transfer sitting on top of a t-shirt, it would feel awful. We don't want that. We want repeat customers, and we want very high raving reviews. All right, so that shirt finished printing. I can put you down. We went DTG, but we also we originally went DTF, and we decided it's not for us. DTG's for us. And the way we run our business, printing a lot of one-offs, DTG is just, I don't know. A lot of people hate it, but it works. It's phenomenal for us. Now, if I had to choose, would I choose DTG or embroidery? Embroidery, guys. It's not even close. The problem comes with my direct-to-garment printer here. I could do a full-size print in about a minute. You got to factor in loading times and stuff, so it ends up being maybe every 2 to 3 minutes you're getting a print done, and I can print 20 to 25 an hour, which is amazing. That's really fast for DTG. There's no embroidery in the world. There's no embroidery machine in the world where you're gonna get that many items done in an hour with a single embroidery machine. It's impossible. It's just not gonna happen. Realistically, like if you're doing a full, just, you know, maybe a 4-inch by 11-inch embroidery design, that could take 30 minutes, easy, like easy. So maybe you get 2 sweatshirts or 2 shirts done an hour. You're looking at an 8-hour day, 16 items per embroidery machine. That ain't gonna pay the bills, guys. And that's one reason we have 11 heads. So we could get, you know, 22 done an hour. You know, do the math, 22 times 8. We get a lot of things out a day on top of, we'll just say 16 to 20 prints an hour on the DTG. So we really like our business model, guys. We really like it. So when I say, will we start over and do it differently? Probably not. We like exactly how we did it. If I started with credit, I would say, I would start over and do it all cash. That's what I would do, but we did that, so I don't know. We really like to be in control of the product before we send it out, and that's one reason we never did print on demand. I don't know, maybe because we both come from like a crafting background and we like to make stuff, so that might be a reason, but we like to visual inspect everything before sending it out. There's a lot of good print on demand companies, I guess, that do that for you, which I would totally rely on. If I ever had to do it over again, I will go strictly embroidery and print on demand. So I would still carry a heat press to do some transfers here and there for some designs, so I could be in control maybe of the little ones, but I love big designs on t-shirts, and they have to be direct to garment printed or screen printed. There's no transfer. There's no 12 by 18 transfer that feels good, guys. It doesn't exist. Anyone that says, oh, you can knock out the colors and it's not that bad, it doesn't even compare to DTG, guys. But Print on Demand's an amazing place to start. So I guess if I did do it over, I would just go Print on Demand right from the beginning, not waste my time trying to save or buy a printer. Do Print on Demand, learn how to make designs, learn how to source good designs, whatever the route you go. Print on Demand is an amazing place to start because you don't have to worry about losing money on a printer and supplies before realizing that you can't even sell t-shirts. So figure out how to sell t-shirts on Print on Demand and then decide to go anywhere from there. And even embroidery machines. I think with my wife, after we got a free embroidery machine that ran on floppy disk. That was our very first machine we got from a family friend. That quickly died and we just burned that motor out. And she upgraded to a small brother little 4x4 hoop, and she made tons of money with that. Bought a second one, and then we had, I think, like 2 or 3 tabletops running at a time before we got our first industrial. One thing I would totally do differently is go straight into that industrial machine and skip all those tabletop machines, just because you're so limited, not only by the size but the speed, and you can't do hats. You can't do hats on those tabletops. You can flatten out a dad hat and kind of embroider on it, but nothing like what you could do on one of these machines over here. Nothing like it. So that's another thing I do differently. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna go. I gotta pre-treat a shit ton more shirts, so I'm gonna go ahead and get into that pre-treating and answer some more questions. So we'll be pre-treating some shirts. I had a few questions about my about how I pre-treat. Yeah, I don't really know a more efficient way to do it, guys. So I spray the shirt to my liking. Right now I'm hand spraying, so that's probably the least efficient way, but if I have my machine going, I'll just let that do it. But of course, it's still broken. I haven't fixed it yet. So I pre-treat it to my liking, come over to my t-shirt dryer, make sure I have an empty drawer, because I have a drawer dryer. I don't use like the typical t-shirt dryers you usually see, the belt dryers. Alright, so it's gonna go in my dryer, and it's either gonna dry the pre-treat like about 80% of the way. Make sure I didn't miss no spots since I'm using a hand sprayer. And guys, the hand spraying really isn't that bad. My secret to make it work really good, where you don't have to worry about getting those white boxes and any kind of staining, is to mix it with some distilled water. Just so it's not the pre-treat going straight onto the shirt. Because when you hand spray it, you're gonna hand spray it a little bit more heavy than you do if it's just a pre-treat machine doing it. So just to get that perfect coverage, you gotta spray a little bit heavier. So there's a nice little tip for you guys, a free one. That's a little trick of the trade right there, guys. Free 99 knowledge right there. You're welcome. People charge courses. They charge money for simple facts like that. So after, okay, so it's gonna go pre-treat, dryer, it gets about 80% dry, and then it gets heat pressed. That should get it the rest of the way dry. Usually one press is enough, but I use Image Armor Platinum, and I talked to the owners, and they really recommend pressing it twice. So usually I'll give it 2 presses no matter what, and that does a great job getting all the fibers completely flat. And when I'm pressing something like a crop top, it needs 2 presses just to keep that that rib down in the belly area. Otherwise, it's gonna be setting off your laser, or setting off your height sensor, whatever you want to call it. Your laser beams. Pew, pew. Sharks with laser beams, guys. That's what I'm gonna get. Doing a lot of the same design today. So it's a pretty efficient way to pre-treat. A lot of times I like to batch out my shirts where I just pre-treat everything and then print everything. That's another way to do it. It just depends on the mood and the day. Right now I am pre-treating and printing at the same time, and that's my preferred way of doing it, but it's not the quickest way. I maintain probably 15 to 20 shirts an hour this way. A little bit slower. If I have the shirts ready to go, easily I could print about 25 an hour. Full fronts, full frontal, printing, guys. My favorite kind of printing. So that was one press, maybe two presses, maybe three presses, I don't know, but who cares? Not a big deal. Let's go to the next shirt. So even hand spraying, I can get quite a bit pre-treated. Believe it or not, that pre-treater there is so slow. I could probably hand spray faster than it can pre-treat. It takes about 30 seconds to pre-treat a shirt with that pre-treater. Usually I'll hit go and go do other things, but yeah. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this for a while, and I'll update you guys in a bit. So it's right now, guys, it's fully dry, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it another heat press anyways. Make sure the fibers are flat and that we're going to Embroidery's recommendation. I've been pre-treating probably for like half an hour, and I'm already like through about 80% of my shirts for the day while printing. So just got hit by my dryer here. Sometimes it comes out and sucker punches you when you're not paying attention. Okay guys, I'm gonna knock this out and I'll check back with you in a bit. So I'm checking back in with you. It's 1 o'clock. I finished all the orders that need to go out today. They're done. So I'm gonna start orders for tomorrow, get ahead. And then tomorrow I can work on all orders that need to go out next week. So I'll be super far ahead, which is always good for business. Not only that, but if you sell on any platforms like Etsy, being ahead, they do, the algorithm picks up on that and they will feed you more orders. So if you stay as quick as possible the next day, the orders will keep coming in on Etsy. So, but you got to prove it to them that you can keep up with them. So they'll start you off slow, give you a few. Man, my hair really is tart. That's how you can tell is later on in the day, my hair. But on any kind of platform like Etsy, as long as you're keeping up with your orders and getting orders out, they're going to keep feeding you more orders. So you'll slowly grow and you'll see a growth over time. And it will chart like that for years as long as you keep growing and keep getting those orders out. That's why you could easily scale up from 1 machine to, 11. Just to wrap up, in all reality, would I change anything that that got us to the point we're at now? Like, what would I do differently? And I'll be honest, nothing, guys. I love the way we grew this business. We started free. We started small and got a free machine and grew that up to what we have now. And it's like, we didn't have to finance anything. We didn't go in debt. And I think those are the keys to our success. I kept my day job and I worked through it, and I grew while working, 40 hours at my day job and 60 hours at my home job. And then eventually I was able to combine it. So, or not combine it, but I was able to drop the job. And now I can stay home and print, and my wife's working with our kids. You can actually see where we started on my wife's channel. She started everything on YouTube, and you can see where we grew with just a single sewing machine, where she grew us from just a single sewing machine. And you can see when we added DTF and DTG printing and got our industrial sewing machine. So guys, if you don't know my wife, Nita Fajita, she'll be here or there somewhere. Give her a follow if you're not already following her. So she's awesome and has tons of videos, like over 300 videos showing where we started, showing our roots. So you can really see exactly where we started, or where I started, and grew. So, yeah. All right, back to work. Okay, so we are done for the day now. Just want to touch up on a few things. There are many ways to get started in this industry. I say do the cheapest startup as possible to make sure this industry is for you. So don't go spending $30K on a printer or whatever. Ease in with the heat press or print on demand or something like that. That will just, you go wet your foot or whatever the phrase is. I don't know. As for us, I really think I wouldn't change a thing about how we got started. Starting from a free machine and working our way up to these machines here. So definitely a grind, but it was worth it. So keep your day job, work your way up, and then eventually you'll be able to quit once you start generating enough income to obviously replace your job. So if I had to choose between embroidery and DTG printing, I would have to choose embroidery just because it's a high ticket item and everyone seems to love it. You can do hats, shirts, sweatshirts, bags, anything. It's pretty much got an endless potential there. And if you're going to pick one machine, I'd probably pick the Buy embroidery machine to start with, because it's a cheap, probably one of the cheapest industrial machines you could get. They have great support. We have 11 of them and not many issues to date with them, so I can't complain. They make us a ton of money. I suggest them to everyone. So I'm also thinking about going live and doing like a question and answer segment, so you guys, anyone there, could ask business related questions, DTG related, embroidery related, any kind of questions, and I'll be live with you, so I'll be able to answer them right there on the spot. So you don't have to worry about like me commenting or hoping to catch a video in the future. So let me know down below in the comments if that's something you guys would like, and I could plan that out maybe for this upcoming weekend.